Well, hello. I'm Janet Morana, the Executive Director of Priest for Life. Welcome to Just Ask Janet. And of course, you might be saying, wait a minute, Janet, it's 9 o'clock. Isn't Father Frank normally on? But I'm filling in for him because, of course, he's still recuperating from his open heart surgery. He's doing fantastic, and he should be back in the next few weeks. According to the doctors, all's on target. Father will be back. But meanwhile, Just Ask Janet, as you know, is normally seen a little bit earlier. I'm pushing back into Father's time slot. And like I said, give him a few more weeks. He will be back in town, right? Live and with you. So today is going to be a very interesting topic. We're going to be talking about something called the Catholic Marketing Network. Now, you might be saying, hey, Janet, what is that all about? Well, we're going to go dive real deep into it. And I think you're going to be very, very interested to learn about this. Well, joining me representing the Catholic Marketing Network is a very, very good friend of mine and Father Pavone's. Her name is Cathy Gilmore. She works tirelessly with bookstores, with authors, with people all over the country, bringing all this Catholic media together so we can get it out to all of you. So joining me right now is my dear friend, Cathy Gilmore. Cathy, welcome to the program.
Nice to see you, Janet. It's a pleasure. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you. And of course, the Catholic Marketing Network would not exist without a gentleman by the name of Alan Napleton, also a good friend of ours. And of course, if Alan knew I was bragging on him right now, he would go, oh, Janet, oh, please, oh, no. I mean, right? Alan is about the most humble person on the planet. And he goes, well, you know, I'm just about bringing the people together, and then the Lord does the rest. So tell us a little bit more then about our humble friend, Alan Napleton, who actually got the idea, the brainchild of forming the Catholic Marketing Network.
Sure. Yeah, over 25 years ago, Alan, with a group of people who were very sincere, strategic Catholics, wanted to find a way to support the process of evangelization. And so they wanted to figure out a way to create unity among the organizations that were producing Catholic content, whether it was publications or products, to connect them with the distribution channels to get those things and those great books and resources out to the people. And so Alan basically built this organization on taking people out to dinner. And so for over 25 years, he has been so charming and yet so strategically minded to bring people together so that they could work together and build the kingdom and evangelize and catechize the world. And
right.
so through online resources as well as in-person events, that's what we've been doing.
And of course, the premier event every year, you have a major conference, but all during the year, you have publications, newsletters, and different things. So first, tell us about what happens all year round, and then we're going to focus on the big event that's coming up.
Sure, absolutely. No, we have various resources. We have a couple of different catalog magazines that we put out each year. So one is a spring catalog with all kinds of resources that have to do with Marian devotion, marriage, sacramental prep, all that kind of stuff. So it gets people connected with the people that are making all the resources related to that. Then we have a Christmas catalog magazine that has encouraging articles as well as all the people making various resources that might make a transformational gift. And then we have a bi-monthly newsletter called the Marketplace News, where I put together articles so that people can be in the know about what's going on in the Catholic space in a practical, professional way, as well as seeing the new resources that come out from the various publishers and other sources. So, and then we have an online platform that for years was just basically an informational website. But now in the last couple of years, we've transitioned it to be more of a resource to help people actually make wholesale connections with the people making the Catholic products and publications. So anybody who's involved with either Catholic retail or a Catholic organization that needs to generate resources so that they can do the good work to build the kingdom that they do, well, they can come to Catholic Marketing Network as a member and connect with other service providers and products to be able to help them in that process.
Right. And just tell us quickly your website.
Yeah, it's catholicmarketing.com. And in some ways, that's kind of deceptive because we're not really a marketing company. But the whole way that we do the marketing is by connecting people. And so we are putting everybody out there for everybody to discover, and it works. We help, sometimes I joke and I say I'm Yentl, I'm a matchmaker.
Right. Well, and of course, Alan, not only did he take people to many dinners, also breakfasts. I can remember many breakfasts with Alan, but also too, Alan Napleton, the founder of Catholic Marketing Network, also has a very deep commitment to pro-life, and in particular to Our Lady of Guadalupe. So tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Yes, he has had such a devotion. I remember numerous times where when Alan was talking about our different events, and he would talk about the one uniting factor that he could say unequivocally is that the people that come to CMN events care about pro-life. That is the sort of touchstone that unites people. And he has such an affection for the cause of life that he has even taken on initiatives to promote Our Lady of Guadalupe, the shrine, taking on various projects in Mexico to try and promote the shrine because she is the patroness of the Americas and the unborn. So yeah, he's deeply involved.
Yeah. Like I said, he's such a dear Alan. I mean, I can't thank him enough for all the work he's done. But then again, the crown jewel, I guess, of the whole year is the Catholic Marketing Network conference that Father Pavone and I have been coming to for quite a few years now. And of course, we're so grateful to Alan, who first opened that whole door to us and said, you guys need to be here. You write books, you're pro-life, and you would be welcomed here. And of course, Father, I know, has said many of the masses there. And then, of course, he also worked very closely with Father Andrew Apostoli. And Father Andrew was almost like the chaplain of Catholic marketing, right? So tell us a little bit of that connection with Father Apostoli and then Father Pavone and then some of the other great priests that come. We'll get into all of them. I mean, we're talking about, this is the A-list, I would call it, of clergy, right?
Absolutely. For many years, Father Apostoli really was the pastoral guidance. In some ways, he was Alan's spiritual director. And he really was sort of that spiritual heart behind CMN. And so, yeah, I mean, and the connection with Father Pavone, it's just been beautiful because especially anytime an election year came around and we had our events, you could count on Father Pavone being this rallying cry for life that made you want to run out of mass and go do something. That, these children were depending on all of us, and it's just beautiful. I have to say a personal story that the first time that I ever heard a priest for life, this was one of the team of priests that you guys were sending out to the parishes. I will never forget the first time I heard a priest for life homily, that it was so extraordinary. It was so different. It was so passionate when I was really questioning my faith. And I was like, everything seems so wishy-washy. And to have this priest come and speak so courageously about life, it was a game changer. It was just extraordinary. So I'm a longtime fan, even before I came on the team for CMN, of what you guys are all about. So thank you.
That's a beautiful story, Cathy. Thank you so much. So that everyone can understand, I'm going to kind of give them a snapshot. So annually, every year, you do have this great convention conference. I mean, it has a massive exhibit hall where the key Catholic publishers, I call them like almost like a mini house there. They set up, and it's beautiful, all the books. And then some of the companies that come, the statues. Oh my gosh, one more beautiful than the next. These companies that have statues, and then of course the priests that are up in Stockbridge, the Marian Fathers, right? They come also every year. And so to me, like Alan used to tell Father and I, just walk the floor and meet people. And I have to say the friendships we've developed over the years, and then the people who became aware of our own publications. I mean, it's been a tremendous gift to us. So now looking at this year, is there a specific, first of all, tell us the dates of the conference, where it's going to be held, how people can get there if they want to come and register, but if there's a theme, and just give us a snapshot into what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Well, way back earlier in this year, CMN had to make a decision of whether or not we were going to have a live event or not. And because last year we had our event, but it was virtual and was lovely. We had David B. Wright as the, sort of the man behind the scenes running everything for us. We will be forever grateful for him. But this year we had to make a decision. And when your company is built on direct interactions of people and the experience of stuff, of physical things, we're sacramental, in our church. And so CMN is all about having that face-to-face experience. We made the decision before a lot of other organizations were ready to make a decision about a live event. And we were like, nope, we're going to have the patronage of St. Joseph to give us hope for the future and have faith that we could actually get together this July. So the event is July 27th through the 29th, and it's in the Chicago area. We say it's in Chicago, but it's the comfy part of Chicago because it's the suburb of Schaumburg. So you get the fun of going to Chicago without the craziness of having to be downtown. And right. And so we'll be gathering there, and it's going to be an amazing event. Like you said, we have the fathers from Stockbridge, because the first thing we did after we decided the theme of putting it under the patronage of St. Joseph, giving us hope for the future, we called up the Marians and said, can you guys possibly play a big role at our event, and could we possibly have Father Calloway be one of our keynote presenters? And it worked out. And so now we not only have Father Calloway, but we have Father Chris Alar as well. So we have like a huge spiritual 1-2 punch getting us energized.
Well, I'll tell you, those two priests are like the dynamic duo up there up at the Marian Fathers. I know them both. I've had them both on my program. I mean, they're awesome. And so I can't wait to be up there and see them. And I want people to understand that this is a conference. It's not just about bookstores coming together and placing orders for merchandise, but it also has a spiritual dimension. There's mass every day. You have a Eucharistic Adoration Chapel that's going on during the whole conference. Some people lead the rosary. There's time for confession. I know you get all the priests to give times that they'll be available and a room where people can go for confessions. So what I always find is this is a little bit of a mini retreat also. It's kind of like you're seeing old friends, you're conducting some business, but you're also getting some spiritual nourishment too. Wouldn't you say so, Cathy?
Absolutely. And what I like is the fact that it's all capsulized into a fairly short, manageable period of time. You don't have to go have a big 30-day retreat. You can do a lot of very practical things, but also layer on that spiritual foundation. And and Alan's been so good over the years at drawing together a team of people, whether it is these priests that are incredibly beautiful in the homilies they give and the advice and spiritual side of things, but also even like Mark Forrest, who is a world-class, basically Irish tenor. Well, he does the music for all of our liturgies. So every day you get this glorious music. So yes, the spiritual enrichment part is not to be underestimated at this otherwise very professional kind of networking style event.
Yeah. Talking about Mark Forrest, it's really funny because, I've been in so many of these masses, and I know Mark wants us to sing with him, but I almost want to be to everybody, shh, shh, I just want to hear Mark. I just want to hear Mark. His voice is outstanding. And one of my favorite songs he's done, not during the mass, but when he does it at other times, is when he takes he takes some of the instead of My Way, Frank Sinatra, My Way, he sings it as God's Way. Like he changes the words to other popular songs and makes them spiritual. I mean, I adore Mark Forrest, and I can't wait to get back to CMN to see him again. But I'm very concerned about how our dear friends who actually have what we call the brick and mortar bookstores, separate bookstores, but then also too a lot of the parishes that now have a bookstore within the parish. And the reason why I'm so aware of this, Cathy, is here in Orlando, Florida, as you know, you have the shrine there of Mary Queen of the Universe, right? And just about, I don't know, a month or so ago, I was up in Orlando on a Sunday, and so I was attending an event. So I said, you know what? I was with my sister-in-law. I said, oh, let's just go. You've never been to Mary Queen of the Universe? I said, let's just go there. And I said, oh my gosh, they have the most beautiful gift shop, right? Well, I get on the grounds, and I don't know, have you ever been there? Their gift shop is a building, a separate building. I mean, just about, it's almost like taking all the vendors at CMN and having them each have their own little display section. That's how big this gift shop is, right? So we get on the grounds, and I look over because I know where the building is. It's closed, empty. I look in the window, empty. There's nothing inside it. So now I go into the parish, into the back of that beautiful, beautiful cathedral, and I look to the right, and there's a little thing that points gift shop like this, right? And I go over there. It broke my heart. A fraction, Cathy, a fraction of the amount of stuff. And I looked around, and I went up to speak to the one gentleman, and I said, what happened? And he says, well, Janet, we were closed for so long. He said, we went from 18,000 people coming through this cathedral every month to just a handful, hundreds. And he said, we laid off, they had a full staff to staff the gift shop. They all got let go. He said, I'm the only person left. It's like last man standing. And I have one part-time assistant. And he said, so we had to make a decision what to do with all our merchandise. We had to sell it off. Some of it we were able to send back. And he said, so we made a decision. We're only keeping things that have to do with Mary, the Blessed Mother, because it's Mary, Queen of the Universe, And so when I saw that, Cathy, my heart broke. But then I went right away to think about all our friends of Catholic marketing. How are they, in other words, this was a huge, huge gift shop operation that would now decimate it to like a little fraction.
Right.
How are our good friends with these brick and mortar independent bookstores and then the parish gift shops? How are they doing? What are you hearing?
Well, and what's interesting about this whole process in the past year that's been so challenging in so many ways, well, it's been particularly devastating for anybody in a small business or in any kind of, a retail business, because of the dynamics of people not going out and all that. Well, right. The people working in Catholic retail, many of whom are devoted friends of CMN and have been coming to our events because they have been trade shows for years. This year is really where we're expanding beyond that business model, but we still always have that foundation of the trade show piece of what we do. Well, when I talk to our stores, the ones that have been able to sort of ride this wild tide are the ones that have been able to cultivate that sense of relationship with their customers and clients so that people come to them as a resource. You know how nowadays everybody looks to their phone to find the answer to any question.
Right.
Well, the stores that are able to be like the phone and be that content curator, so that people can go to them and get an answer for a question or find the right resource for the right thing. Because, looking up things online is one thing, but actually having a person to talk to and have a relationship with and all that is something altogether different. So the stores that have been able to cultivate that, they were able to do pickup and delivery at their store. Some of them have online, so they were able to ship and sell and different things online. And so they've been able to weather the storm. But like you're saying, it's been a challenge, and like even shrines are struggling because many of the shrines were kind of a spiritual oasis that people could go to during the lockdown times for mass or different things. But still, people weren't going out just in general, even if you wanted to go. And so one of the things that we're doing differently at CMN this year is we're also offering a special, like a mini conference on Tuesday that is appealing to shrine directors, especially who are located in the region of Chicago, to come, because we're partnering with NASPA, the National Association of Pilgrimage and Shrine Apostolate. So what CMN has always done is bring people and bring groups together, bring organizations in the Catholic space together. And so this is an example of how we're trying to help shrines to survive and help our stores to survive. And we will always recommend, yes, online is part of our life now, but let's remember that there's actually a person who has based their livelihood to serve God by selling Catholic stuff, okay? And so if we have an opportunity to shop with them, let's find a way to do that. Let's find a way to team up with stores to do events and do different things. But that's where, when people come to CMN, they meet these people, they get to know each other, and it's always good that comes out of it. So thank you for asking. But it's been hard, but they're survivors. It's amazing.
Well, it is true. And, I just hope for here in Orlando that besides coming to see the mouse, now the Disney's opening up again, in full swing, that you're going to also remember to go to Mass at Our Lady Queen of the Universe. And I'm hoping and praying if they get enough traffic coming through there once again, they can go back to open up that beautiful big bookstore. And I'm telling you, it broke my heart to see the building empty and abandoned, but it really makes you aware. And, it's unfortunate that so many people have gotten so used to shopping on Amazon that, I don't buy any Catholic stuff on Amazon. I just kind of, I've gone to like the EWTN religious catalog, or like at CMN when I'm there, I actually, on the last day, when they sell stuff, I buy things, but I really make it a point not to buy religious anything on Amazon, because I feel I have to support, like you just said, the good Catholics who have made this their apostolate to get us those beautiful rosaries, to get us the access to all the beautiful things. Mm-hmm. So I try to make it a point. So I hope that's a lesson to everybody that, it's kind of like, I kid around. There's two groups of people. If we followed their example, we'd be a lot better. And I grew up in Brooklyn, and there's, of course, big gatherings there, communities of the Hasidic Jews. And they have policies that they shop among their own community first and foremost. And they only go outside of their community only if they have to purchase something that no one else who's a Hasidic Jew sells. And the other way they're very clannish like that is the Amish. And so I say, maybe we have to have an Hasidic Amish attitude among the Catholics. Shop Catholic, or tell Alan that's the new motto. Just shop Catholic.
Right.
I think that's the answer. We have to be real, committed to help, other Catholics to spread the faith. And the things are so beautiful. And I always think of Mother Angelica, and she used to call all the statues and the little posters and things you would buy as holy reminders. And that's what I think that's so funny, or not funny, but so good about Catholic marketing and connecting all these people and getting people aware. Maybe someone's watching or listening right now, and maybe your parish doesn't have a little gift shop. Maybe it's time to go to the priest and say, hey, Father, I know at my parish here in Florida, it's all supported. The whole little gift shop is run by volunteers from the parish. Okay, no one's paid full time to do it. They only open up after each Mass. It's kind of small. I'm going to talk to the pastor about making it bigger, but it's done by volunteers. So more and more parishes could, have a gift shop. And I think anyone who's listening right now, if you think you're interested in bringing a gift shop to your parish, then the Catholic Marketing Network Conference, really, wouldn't it be for them, Cathy? Because don't you mentor and help new people who want to start, especially these parish gift shops?
Well, what happens is, and this is what's beautiful about this particular year, is that we are expanding into more conference sessions and more kinds of people that can come to our event, rather than just being a trade show, connecting the people that make things for Catholics with the people that can distribute them. Well, what's going to happen is, and this is new, is then people who are now what we call ministry-minded Catholics can come to CMN and they can meet the people actually doing things. So yes, of course, CMN can be a mentor and help people trying to do that kind of thing in their parish or wherever. But what really comes down to is you want to meet and talk with and get to know the people that are actually doing it day to day. And what I love is, as we broaden the people that we invite to this event, so that it's far beyond the just Catholic retailers, then all of those people are going to appreciate Catholic retailers and what they do by getting to know them, by building these relationships and sharing these experiences together. And now, I guess the one thing that I keep thinking of so much is both anybody who is trying to do any kind of Catholic ministry, and it's harder and harder in our culture, which gets darker and darker all the time. But also anybody who's trying to bring people back to church after getting used to being home and no obligation and all that kind of stuff. So the people that are doing marketing for a parish or an organization of any kind, well, they need to come to CMN and meet the people, make the connections, up your game, find new resources that can be part of your fundraising.
That's right. Well, Cathy, I got to thank you for joining me today. And everyone, I hope I see you in Chicago in about another 4 or 5 weeks. All right?
You got
it. And God bless you, and hope to see Alan there too. Well, brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed our conversation today, and have a blessed day, and talk to you next time. Remember, there are some abortions only you can stop, some lives only you can save. Until next time, this is Janet Morena.
I will be saved.